Hello everyone, my name is Sam. I've always really enjoyed being creative when it comes to being in or making videos and love going to the gym, chilling, and doing nothing all day. My dream is to one day own a farm somewhere in Northern Europe with some fluffy cows. I'm also in the anime men and don't watch anime at all, slowly changing. Did someone say ironic? This is a quote coming directly from one of the members of the Anime Men, a group of TikTokers that allegedly like to watch anime.
Like, I'm trying to take it seriously, but look at this Looney Tunes ass fall. He's abandoning his son, and then it's literally just like, it's like, come on!
So, Astro Boy from 1963.
I give it an absolute bottom of the barrel F tier.
F tier, bottom of F tier.
So why are we talking about the Anime Men, the new generation AniTubers? Well, because they recently put out an anime tier list video called We Rank the First Episode of Every Year's Most Popular Anime from 1961 to 2025, and it is without a question one of the worst tier lists I have ever seen. And as we can clearly see, it was very poorly received by most people who watched it. Basically what they do in this video is they watch a lot of the popular classics all the way to some of the modern anime that are very popular, and they rate them from S to F tier. And if you watch the video, a lot of the older and classic anime, some anime that were responsible for inspiring many of the modern anime that we have now, legendary titles such as Astro Boy, Dragon Ball, Evangelion, etc. And they're getting backlash because they pretty much exposed themselves to be tourists. They rated a lot of the classic anime very poorly and some of the newer anime much more highly. A lot of the titles that everybody has seen amongst these new anime fans, stuff like Sword Art Online, Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan, they got much higher ratings. And people are rightfully calling these guys out for being absolute tourists. COVID weebs, people who came in 2020, they didn't watch anime before then, but when they were all locked in, they couldn't go outside, they had to do something, and they decided to start watching anime. They're the type of guys that see rom-coms and call them gooner anime, and they hyper-analyze the ages of these fictional characters. They revere anime with lots of action and fighting, hype moments, and aura, and they don't really appreciate slice of life or any kind of slow burn anime. And the ratings that you see in the video will absolutely reflect that. I mean, just take a look at this clip right here from this real and true anime fan.
Finally,
Death Note is so big.
I was one of them. Death Note. I used to hate anime my whole entire life until 2020. The first actual anime episode I ever watched was the first episode of Death Note. It was so good. Absolute masterclass, masterpiece. 3, 2, 1. S tier.
So at the start of this video, I showed you that one of the members has said, I don't watch anime, but I'm slowly changing. And then this guy says, I used to hate anime until 2020. So when COVID lockdowns came around, then he became an anime fan. Anime became more popular with the kinds of people that don't really care about any of the classics and will disregard them as being slop, gooner bait, whatever. Maybe they had more fan service, they had different animation styles. These guys think that those types of anime are basically just trash, and they only start coming around to thinking things are consistently good when those anime have lots of action and a lot better animation, which I guess tells you everything you need to know about their taste in anime. If you were wondering, they rated at the end what they thought was the best first anime episode of all the anime that they watched, and they came up with Tokyo Ghoul. And this was from their top 3 finalists of Attack on Titan, Death Note, and Tokyo Ghoul. They ended on Tokyo Ghoul. This is the final tier list that these guys came up with right here. We have Astro Boy in F, we have Doraemon in F, Angel Beats is in D, Inuyasha is in D, Speed Racer is in D, Dragon Ball is in D. These guys didn't even know why Goku has a tail.
You know what time it is?
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball. I don't want anyone attacking me for what I'm about to say, but what the hell did I just watch? Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before. Goku with his... You know, you just gotta watch the anime to find out, but Nirvana cover. And Bulma trying to the 10-year-old? Are you serious? It's honestly not a very good start to the anime. This is going straight into the D tier.
You would have thought that some true anime fans that create content on anime, they're AniTubers, would know about the Dragon Ball lore, where Goku has a tail because he is a Saiyan and Saiyans can turn into great apes. For whatever reason, these guys also weren't able to find some of these anime with subtitles, so they were just watching them without knowing what was being said. But despite the fact that they had no understanding of what was actually going on in the story, they'd still give their review based on, I guess, the vibes.
This is the aesthetic when you think of anime 80s, bro.
Touch looked amazing, you know what I mean? We had potential, we're like, you know, maybe finally something that can give us something we were wanting, and there's no subtitles.
So while everyone else gets to watch these cool animes, Cade and Aiden
Are watching Touch with no subtitles, so we just don't understand anything.
Touch is going D tier.
This anime has no subtitles. We literally don't have any idea what's going on or what's being said. D tier. A new level of retardation right here, guys. These guys are watching episodes in 1.5 times speed, sometimes apparently 2 times speed. I guess they decided that they were going to get through this whole thing in like one day instead of just recording it over multiple days.
Next anime we're watching is Lupin the Third.
Yeah, we recognize this character, and we're giving this anime a little bit more respect, so we're only going to put it at 1.5 times speed.
Lupin.
They pretty much regard all of the classics as being trash because they're old. They have, older animation. They're in black and white. And then for some of them, they literally don't have English subtitles and they don't know what's being said, and they're still reviewing them. How these guys thought that this was an adequate way to review these anime, I have no idea. Even when we get to the anime from the 2010s, these guys just come off like massive casuals, tourists who don't actually even watch the anime, and they experience these popular anime vicariously through Twitter and TikTok memes. The way that they talk is just Gen Z humor brain rot, and I'm Gen Z, but it's just cringe.
We were about to watch My Hero Academia, and I've actually never watched it in my life. I know Ethan's watched the first episode, but yeah, I'm actually hyped.
My Hero Academia. It starts off with Deku getting bullied by Bakugo, which I thought was his love interest. And then he just walks over to a crowd and glazes a giant hero lady with a gyat. And then he almost dies and gets saved by All Might, who inspires him to become a hero. To be honest, it was just a generic anime first episode. It's C tier.
When this guy says he's not sure whether or not Bakugo is Deku's interest, he's probably not even lying, because this guy doesn't watch anime and there's a lot of Western fans that like to ship the two characters together, and that's probably where he gets his information about the show. I think I agree with this tweet after watching the video. This may be the worst AniTuber video of all time. I've never been that guy, but we probably should have gatekept harder.
Don't get mad at me. I love Evangelion. That first episode is not that strong.
I only have one thing to say about Evangelion, and that's Misato. I can't lie, the best part about the episode is holy gyat, bro. Is her name Misato? She's so bad, bro. The rest of the episode feels too much of a blur and doesn't really set up anything until the end, and it doesn't really get anything done. Without Misato, this would be lower, but it is going in the C tier.
I like how this guy's just on his phone for half of the episode, and the reason why Evangelion squeaks it into C tier is because of Misato. Then there's this guy that has morality concerns over this classic girls love romance anime. Gotta make sure that the depictions in Onisame and his morals are aligned.
Guys, I'm sorry. No. Guys, it only gets worse. It only gets worse every single time. I don't know what I'm watching. I'm getting scared. Look at this. It's about like this high school girl, bro. She gets charmed up by this like dude. This dude definitely is older, bro.
This dude literally looks like he's 35 with 4 kids.
Yeah, dude.
He's like
This girl just started high school, bro. No.
Look, that's me and Kate right there. All the huzz are looking for us. Look at this.
They were just very pretty guys, but they were
very
just girls.
pretty guys.
So I just don't understand what the concept was, and
I've got to watch Dear Brother.
So besides their moral panic, I guess over the age gaps of these fictional characters, these guys did not understand and were flabbergasted by the idea of a girl's love, saying there's pretty guys but they're girls and he doesn't understand what the point of it is, and then just throwing it into F tier, of course. And the subsequent episodes are going to be more of this girl's love story, so we can assume that this is their thoughts on the entire anime, not just on episode 1, even though there's 39 episodes. Pretty much this entire video was a horrible Cole post. Obviously didn't pan out too well for them to make a long form. Maybe they should just stick to making TikToks. By this point, tweets dunking on their terrible rankings in this video and making fun of these guys for being tourists have gotten millions of views, which is a lot more than the amount of people who have actually seen the video itself. But you can take my word for it and everybody else's, it's just as bad as it looks. There's also a lot of responses to this tweet, which got over 5 million views, which says, imagine being one of the biggest voices in the anime YouTube space while showing little respect to the medium itself. Watches Lupin the Third. We recognize this character, so we're giving this anime a little more respect, so we're only going to put it at 1.5x speed. Genuinely the wildest thing I've heard in a while. I just really hope this is rage bait, but I fear it's not. I really don't understand either in the production of this video why these guys felt such a necessity to speed this up so much that they were watching anime in 1.5 and 2x speed, including watching some of the episodes of these anime without subtitles in English. They don't even know what the hell is going on, and they're just watching it. Then people were questioning their sub counts. This has got to be an AI generated botted account, because who is watching the Anime Men and why do they have damn near 5 million subscribers? Or comments like this one of the biggest voices in the anime YouTuber space, 4.5 million subscribers. I've never heard of them before in my life. So we don't really need to spend too much time on the YouTube analytics, but they are popular from TikToks and YouTube Shorts, which is just the same thing posted on YouTube. So obviously the short form content is a lot better for exposure, and you can see that a lot of these have tens of millions of views, and they also have music videos of some of the seasonal anime that have come out, which got a lot of views too. Those were pretty popular. I mean, it's basically just the opening for these different anime, and they got together and danced, made a music video on it. Those popped off and got millions of views, but it's mostly from the shorts and the TikToks, and that's why they have their 4.5 million subscribers. Obviously, this video, which was terribly received, didn't really get that many views. It got 50K. Usually, you would expect a channel with over 4.5 million subscribers, every single video would get more than 100,000 views. So for anybody who doesn't understand why they have that many subscribers, short form content. But once again, this is the stuff that makes people want to gatekeep their hobbies. This was a terrible video, horrible tier list, which only really gives respect to the type of anime that they would have watched growing up. I don't know how many of them actually watched anime growing up or have started watching anime from COVID. Watching popular seasonals, I mean, these guys don't really seem like true fans. They're just in the space creating videos on anime, especially the very popular seasonal ones. And it's not as if you have to know about and be a huge fan of all these anime that came out in the 60s, but to not respect the classics and then to put them all the way at the bottom, F tier, D tier. You don't even know what's being said because you don't speak Japanese and there's no subtitles, D tier. And then you're hyping up the most mainstream shonen fighting anime, the only anime that you seem to have interest in. People are going to call you out for that stuff, rightfully so. The AniTuber space definitely needs some more actual anime fans, at least people that respect the medium. Well, that's all I wanted to say for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more uploads, and I'll see you guys next time.